Hey guys, good morning. So, what I did not do this morning is, let me see, I'm trying to get a good angle with the light, was get up, comb my hair, and kind of just, Chloe. I was a little overwhelmed with what I felt like I needed to do today and just couldn't figure out how to continue with my pattern. I could figure it out, but I didn't. So here's an opportunity to share with you guys why planning is so freaking important. Late last night, I got a message that something I offered to do was a go, but I offered to do it under the terms that somebody went to the store for me and then I would do the cooking part. But when I realized that that was not an option, that okay, I could order it and I can, A, B, and C, my mind began to think, because I looked at my freaking phone after I laid down. And so a whole bunch of stuff I want to share with you guys in this video. And I understand that maybe the videos are too long or maybe I'm too positive and you don't like it. So I get it. I've been there. I'm like, don't nobody want to watch this old positive. It's because all she's talking about is you could do it and it don't. Let me tell y'all something. I'm hurting right now, but it's the thought in my mind that if I could stay, oh my God, I'm hurting. And I look like how I feel. I just want to stay cozied up. I create for myself to continue to repeat that cycle all day long. It's kind of like a fish got a goldfish, maybe 5 seconds of thought process. I think about it the same way when I'm in a fibromyalgia flare up. All I'm thinking every 5 seconds, oh my God, I'm hurting. Oh my God, I'm hurting. Oh my God, I'm hurting. Oh my God. And I'm just swimming around in my little fishbowl. Oh my God, I'm hurting. Oh my God, I'm hurting. And I don't get no better. But when I say to myself, it is a true fact that I'm hurting, but there's either a couple things I can do. Either I can rest longer, which to me sometimes help, but too much rest makes the body get kind of achy, stiff, and just now you can't get out of that. Within my sleep times, that works for my particular body, because I used to have to sleep 2 or 3 days before I felt restored. That was because I wasn't in a deep sleep. Now, and I remember people say, just take a nap and a nap will help you. And I'm like, if I lay down for 30 minutes, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to move my body. Well, I was basing that on laying down for 30 hours. So I've started taking a nap with the pups at noon throughout the day, maybe between noon and 2. We'll just come back. Even if I don't go into deep sleep, I just kind of disconnect from everything. And honestly, I feel so what they call a cat nap. I feel really recharged. But if I stay laying down for an hour, 2 hours, then I've kind of overlaid, and my body is in the middle of the day feeling tired, and then I have the rest of the day to do. And you have to keep in mind, it don't matter how bad I hurt or what the weather is. I have 4 dogs that I care for. 3 of them are 1 and under. So pottying is a big thing. I have to take them out. 2 of them will not use the inside potty. So I keep a really ritual schedule to keep them in a consistent understanding of this is what happens. With that being said, I have to think in the mind state of planning ahead. I know I got these 3 to 4 walks to do a day. So I literally plan my day around it. If I'm going to cook, I'm going to cook in between these hours. If I'm going to go pick up from Walmart or whatever, I'm going to do it in between these hours. If I have a doctor's appointment, it's in between these hours, because their schedule is so important to them that they can trust me. They don't potty at my house as long as I keep this schedule. But when I have to change it up, I create for them inconsistency, therefore creating for the household. Well, they don't know when I'm going to do it because you up there laying up with that fibro crap. I don't know when you're going to take me out. Let me just crap here. I think the same thing applies to myself with the fibromyalgia. If I treat fibromyalgia like, my little dog, I have to, there's certain control that I can have over the fibromyalgia. So if I plan around this, I set in my mind this thought. You guys, every time I talk about this, it always goes back to the intention and thought in my mind. This is where my control comes in. This is where I have the power to have some type of control. I'm a freaking controlling person. So when fibromyalgia stepped into my life and I had no control, that was where I felt the weakest. Not really that my body hurt that much, because I always felt like I done been through so much pain and hurt emotionally and mentally, that this, yeah, it hurt, but it does go away and it may come back, but I have days where I can breathe. Emotionally, I've had times where I felt like it never got better. I mean, until I changed the thought in my mind. So with that being said, it's like if I treat fibromyalgia like that, like it's maybe my puppy, or like I treat my mind, you had that leash on there. If you you treat it like when those negative thoughts come up, you haul them back, or like you would do a you say go, or you say haul or hold or whatever you say, slow down. I tell the dog, stop. And it in their mind, this is no, this is stop. I feel like in my experience, I've learned this maybe about 15 years ago. When I was learning how to train my first Shih Tzu to be a service dog with a private trainer, this is what he kept telling me, is that you have this control, and it don't have to be like, don't do it. You can really just, as long as you're aware that the thought is there, and as the thought arises, you get to say go or don't go. So that's our power right there. When I treat fibromyalgia as if it's just another thing in my life that I need to be able to manage, I can manage it. But when I tell myself that I can't do this, it's too much, it'll never get better, there's no cure, it's the end, I've never felt this bad pain before, I allow my mind to cycle around those thoughts. Not saying they're not true, they're true. As you know what, I've been there. I didn't walk for 7 years. Somebody changed my diaper. Even when I was on my cycle, somebody had to change me. Okay, so I'm not telling you this from a place like, oh, it just hurt, I don't know. No, people would look at me and I look like death. And they would still tell me like they don't understand fibromyalgia, or like you can't see my pain, so they just saw I look dead, you look sick, but they couldn't see what fibromyalgia really feel like. Even now, people be like, you don't look sick. Who effing cares what I look like? I'm so glad I look great to you, but when I look in the mirror, I don't see my best. I see my pain. I see like the pictures that are the memes that are posted in most of fibromyalgia groups, is that it just hurt all over, because that's what I feel. I feel the pain. So I look at myself, I see pain all over. I don't see what you think pain don't look like. When I treat the fibromyalgia as if it's like, I don't want to say a dog because my babies bring me nothing but joy. Fibromyalgia is really brought, no, it didn't bring nothing but pain. I've learned a lot from fibromyalgia, but it's just such an aggressive condition. It takes over your mind. It makes you feel differently about people because people can't see it, don't understand it. Then you wouldn't want nobody to really see what it really looked like, because you really would think like, I don't even want to deal with her. This is just too much. When we look at fibromyalgia as if it is something that we do have the power over, honestly, you guys, we have the power to change. That may mean planning around the fibromyalgia. So I know if I get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning with the dogs, I probably got about an 8 to 12 hour day. So I have to break that day up. In the middle of the day, if I take a rest from my day, I prevent pain insomnia. I prevent sleep insomnia. What I have to do is say, I know if I'm tired, but I feel like I got to get my homework done, or I got to get this housework done, and I say, F that I'm tired, I'm going to get this done first, I automatically put myself in pain insomnia, because my body is saying I need to rest, but I'm saying, forget you what you need. I want this done. To me, that's counteractive. If I want the best out of my body, just like the dogs, I have to say, I am aware you need to go potty at such and such time. So body, I'm aware you need to rest maybe after 4 hours or maybe 3 hours of doing whatever you're doing. I'm sorry, my hand is hurting. So I'm trying to hold the camera, and then like my hand is numb. But if I say, I understand, body, that you need to rest, you may only have 2 or 3 hours, let me pull back and let you rest, and then I can come back 30 minutes, an hour later, and get the rest of what's left in you for today. But if I ignore that, I'm creating for myself these words and definitions that are now being posted about fibromyalgia. When I had fibromyalgia in the beginning, there was no name really for it, and I would go to the hospital. They would be like, oh, you have fibromyalgia? Oh, that's just something they give somebody that got a wide range of pain. And I just wanted to kick everybody in their vaginas and nuts, because you don't say that to somebody. But now I understand that from a medical perspective is that fibromyalgia is so overwhelming that it throws us into these thought cycles that are not healthy for us, therefore creating the patient that we are when we go to the emergency room or when we go to the doctor's office and they can't touch us. Everything they do hurt. There's no, all we look like to them is that it just hurt. Ain't nothing you could do. I didn't been in my doctor's office and cried. I didn't cuss people out in there because they touched me when I was hurting, or I didn't really hard in the doctor's office. If I had an emotional breakdown, then my whole day was effed up. So I was just like, gotten to the point, if it's a day like that, I'll tell them like, this is not a good day for me and I just need to forego coming in today. Or I prepare myself. I have a doctor's appointment 2 weeks away and I say, okay, the day before, 2 days before I go to the doctor, I'm not going to try to go to the store, rearrange my house. A lot of us with fibromyalgia are really organized people, and fibromyalgia causes or an organization around us, even if it's not that much junk around us, it could look overwhelming. So I'll mess around and clean up my whole house, moving everything, knowing that my body is going to go into shock and then be in so much pain. And I'm like, I can't do it. Why did I do it with this damn fibromyalgia? Well, I've learned in counseling over the years is that I need to pace myself. It may take me 1 week to do a job, but I can avoid pain insomnia if I try to do it all. And if I pace it out over a week rather than doing it in 1 day. No, I don't want it like that. But do I want to be in pain insomnia? And I keep saying that like it's really a word. When you have fibromyalgia and you deal with pain, there's really no word that describes your pain. This is for the people that don't have it and they still don't get it. So I know I'm making this video kind of long, but I just kind of, for me, you guys, everything is an opportunity to kind of break it down to you guys that we really have the power. And it took me a long time to understand this, but when I don't plan, I plan to fail. And I've done it again today. But you think I'm going to get stuck that, oh my God, I didn't do it and I don't feel good. Like I'm really lightheaded today. It could be my blood sugar. I don't know. But I get really dizzy on certain days. And then I'm like, throw it off. I really can't do anything. I definitely don't want to drive. And so I'm kind of just stuck in this. I'm dizzy. But there were times where I just like shut down and go lay down, close all the windows, turn all the lights off. Nothing is on. And I'm just in the room, in the bed, hurting. Well, there are still things I can do. I could eat. I check my sugar. I find something that can bring my sugar up. There are some things that I could do that I've already started. I'm drinking my Lipitor. So there's a few things I can do to turn around my situation. I know when there's days where I'm feeling really sluggish, a nice little thing of apple cider vinegar in like a juice or a drink can really just loosen my body up, the soreness go away. So there's things that we learn along the way. And if you hadn't learned those things, I'm sorry, there's some things we have to try, but ask me, I'll share whatever I've done. You have to try it. It's not like it's going to work for you, because for me, it's the thought in our mind, the intention. If I say this is going to work, then I'm putting the intention, at least it's going to attempt to work, rather than if I'm like, girl, I done tried everything, ain't nothing going to work. And no, this fibromyalgia. Once I put that thought in my mind, you right, ain't shit going to work. Nothing is going to work. You're not going to be able to change your situation because you already told yourself that. And I'm saying fibromyalgia causes us to feel like we've tried everything. Like I felt for years, I was complete Christian. I believed I saw God heal people in a certain way. Like I saw people get up and walk out the wheelchair, but I didn't follow them later, but I believed it was possible. I didn't know what happened to them afterwards. I thought back once I was in the wheelchair and was like, I wonder how those people really doing. I've never seen those people again. The people I saw on Benny Hill, whatever his name is, on TV that just pull you up out of your wheelchair and stand you up. I never saw those people again. And so I would think, just like the woman with the issue of blood in the Bible, I'm like, did she never bleed again? You never know. You never hear the story again. So I had to look at it like, maybe my healing didn't look like they just took me up out the wheelchair and it was never again. That my healing was changing the way I thought about it, changing that something outside of me had to heal me, rather than seeing for myself. God gave me the power when he created me in his image to change my situation. What that looked like, I had to change that. Did it look like I just stood up and never had no problems again? No, maybe I stood up, and then when I fell back down again, I knew that I could stand up again. So I had more power during the times where my legs was weak and I couldn't stand. Not that, oh my God, I stood up and now I'm back again. It didn't work and God is a lot. No, not like that. But like, it's really possible I could do it. If I did it then, I can do it again and again and again. And as I again and again, I build my mind to the point to where I'm doing it and I'm standing on my own. I haven't had to go back to the wheelchair kind of thing. Oh, I feel like I get so worked as I'm trying to say this, and I say it in so many different ways, that we have the power to change our thought, to at least change it from a negative to a positive. And if it doesn't look like the way we want it to look, it doesn't mean it's not happening. We keep that same energy with the thought and it will happen. Not that it'll just happen and I do nothing, but just believe it's going to happen. No, I mean, changing the thought is going to happen because I'm constantly on those thoughts. Like what is it? The scripture about holding that thought captive. So yeah, if I say, wait a minute, that's a negative thought, and I grab it and I can blow that whole thought up with like, I never did it before, but I could do it now. Or, hey, I never thought about doing it a different way. Rather than like, it's just, oh my God, I can't. And then with like the goldfish cycle, every 5 seconds is too much, I can't. Oh, my second is too much, I can't. Oh my gosh, it's too much, I can't. Every 5 seconds, that's all I'm saying, that's what I'll get. Oh my God, please tell me if you guys get this, because I want to. Please let me know if I'm explaining this good enough. I love you guys. I got to go. This is too long. Bye.